All right, I'll have a go at the Guardian's Everyman crossword. Before I do, I just want to point out the Guardian has introduced this new quick cryptic once a week. It's going to come out on Saturdays, in case you missed my video where I did number 3. I'm not planning to do that on a weekly basis, but if you are new to cryptic crosswords and you want to try it, I think this quick cryptic that comes out once a week will be a very good way for you to start. I'm going to continue doing the Everyman and Cryptic, and I'll publish my Everyman video on this Sunday after the new one becomes available. And the Cryptic will come out as usual on Monday mornings, even though the Guardian is now making both of these available on Sundays. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with Everyman. One across, frustrate, fly. I presume it's a double definition. No word is coming to me that could mean both of those things. I'm thinking fly will be a verb, to move quickly or to travel through the air. But how is that frustrate? Nope. How about piano music as can be picked up in Chinatown? They had Chinatown last week as somewhere where there are a lot of restaurants, which in retrospect is a funny definition for Chinatown. And I don't know if they want us to think of some food or just a homophone can be picked up is often indicating something that sounds like. But wow, what has that got to do with piano music? No, not seeing it. How about diligent? Pupil trails back. Well, the back makes me think something is going to have to be reversed. Oh, maybe a diligent pupil. Oh, yes. Well, I was certainly accused of being this when I was in school, a swat, which is toes backwards. All right. Glad to get that one. Supports chain restaurants. Ooh, is this another double definition? Franchises could be chain restaurants, but no, that's not the... Oh, actually, it is the right number of letters. Can franchise... I know there's the franchise when you're allowed to vote. Yeah, I don't think that's it. How about does an impresario's job or just pretends? I'm thinking it's going to be an expression that more usually means just pretends, but might be interpreted as, well, what is an impresario? They put on and promote a show. And no, not saying it. Speeches missing opening, making allowances. Oh, I wonder if I think it's going to be one word for one of these things, and you drop the first letter and you get the other meaning. I can think of granting might be, yes, making allowances, and we drop the G and we get ranting. I'm not exactly... The definition then is speeches or speech. I suppose speech is ranting. Is that right? I won't be surprised if I have to come back and remove that, but I'll leave it for now. We'll do one more across and then head over to the downs. Chordate. I have no idea what that means. I just know chordite. But styled in 20s fashion. It's an anagram or styled, and it's going to mean a 20s fashion. And we have Art Deco there. All right, we have a few, but slim pickings so far. Dads come up, popping in to contradict and censure. I think it's going to mean censure. And we're going to put a word for dad. I'm thinking either da or pa, but we're going to reverse it. It's going to come up, and we're going to pop it inside a word that means to contradict. And that is going to mean censure. No, not seeing it. Summer clothing, blue, a brief distraction. I'm thinking it's going to be a phrase that means a brief distraction, a passing fad or something like that. And we're going to put together maybe, what is summer clothing? Shorts, t-shirt, bikini, and then something for blue, either the color or being sad. Oh, maybe something navy? No. A brief distraction. No, not seeing it. Harry's getting drunk with us. Cheers. Well, that G, if the G is right, yeah, the G doesn't make sense, I think, in this word. I know we do have getting drunk, but that might indicate an anagram. Could it be an anagram of Harry plus us? And it means cheers. Cheers as in applause or... No, not seeing it. Ingredients of tapas, satay, and Italian sauce. I'm thinking it's going to be a hidden clue with 7 letters. Could it be, is there something passata? That ends in A, and does it mean an Italian sauce? Let me pause and look that up. Yes, there certainly is. It is a strained tomato puree, okay. Perfect scores, 6-6, I presume a double definition. But that seems funny that there's a hyphenated word that can mean both perfect or maybe the verb perfect. And scores could mean lots of things, as in 20s, a score, scores, or scores a goal. Scores, something target. Oh, maybe if something is perfect, it hits the target, but target something. No. Canonically, Abel's iniquitous nemesis primarily. Okay, Everyman always gives us one of these where it'll have a word like primarily telling us to take the first letter of each word that comes before it. And we get Abel's brother Cain. Band's appeal, not a sound. The only thing I can think of is hush. If you want to tell someone not a sound, you might say hush. And Deep Purple had a song called Hush, but I don't think that band's appeal. Nope, How about party top substantial woman's lost turn around? Ooh, 2 1 3-6. Turn around, I think, is going to be. Oh yeah, I'm really now thinking ranting is wrong because there are not many 3-letter words that begin with an I. So yeah, I think that's wrong. And anyway, I think it's going to be the other way around. It's going to be a word for speech that misses its opening, making allowances. Oh, now I'm thinking of oration and rations. Does that, yeah, that seems more likely, certainly for 4 down, ending in S. And now this 3-letter prefix, I'm thinking it's going to be off something. Party. Ooh, if you're lost, you might be off course. But turn around, go, or is it maybe the 1-letter word is I or BS something? Well, let's look at the wordplay then. Party top might simply be a P, the first letter of party, but a 2-letter word starting with P doesn't seem likely. Oh, a party could be do, yes. Oh, top could be A1. And then I think maybe a word for substantial, which has a W, but the W is removed from it. Woman is lost from a word for substantial. Ah, yes, so weighty. And if you lose the W, yeah, so turn around, do a 180. All right. That should be helpful. And I think it does say that maybe rations is right. Interlaces ornately to bring everything to one place. Well, interlaces has 10 letters. So I'm wondering if it's going to be an anagram of interlaces and if it's going to mean bring everything to one place. No, I think I need some more letters for that. Countries down on job that's announced. Well, that's announced sounds like a homophone. I wonder if it could be a country. Down on job, then down on a homophone for a job. A job could be a post, or I'm wondering about South Sudan, but I don't see a homophone of job. But I am wondering about South something. What other countries start with South? Down. No, not seeing it. All right. Artists, questionable offering, welcomed by deviate. Maybe it's going to be an artist because welcomed by deviate makes me think, well, actually, it's welcomed by deviate. I think for a person you would say a deviant, right? Um, but that does sound like wordplay. Questionable offering. Is that something that would have a short word? And we're going to put of course, perv could be a deviate. No, but it might simply be deviate to differ to. No, but artist, questionable offering. Well, artist is often RA. No, not seeing it. Announced what you may do to a flat singer. I think this is another homophone, and it's going to be maybe what you would do to an apartment, do to a flat. Rent out or something like that. And it's going to be a singer, which could be a type of singing voice. I can't think of one that's hyphenated. No. Certain kids jostled for favorable position. This certainly looks like an anagram of certain kids, which has 11 letters. I'm going to pause. My coffee is getting cold, so I'll sip some of that and work out this anagram on paper, I think. All right, it took me a while, but the inside track, which I think is literally a favorable position in a race, but then also metaphorically. All right, that now gives us. Oh, well, I think it's so. Yes. Oh, I hate these homophones that depend on an English accent. But if your job might be your career, and according to these Guardian crossword setters, that sounds like Korea, which it does not. I think we can all agree on that. Anyway, there we go, South Korea. How did I not think of South Korea? All right, so now announced what you may do to a flat singer. Yeah, rent out sounds likely, but something that sounds like that. All right, I'm not sure. How about devise alien people, ones who'll do the dirty work? So I'm trying to see if it's going to be an anagram. I can see how devise might be an anagram indicator, but alien people has 11 letters. I think the definition is ones who'll do the dirty work. 7-3, something men. Yeah, I think it might be a charade that the first word might be made up of devise and alien. Alien, of course, could be E.T. Oh, maybe devise is anagrammed, but that H, I think, makes that unlikely. I think it's going to be a charade. Devise alien, and then people might simply be men. Something to do with the bin men, the rubbish men, the trash, something or other. No, not getting it. How about row or row? When Mr. Woods ditches golf, well, it has to be tiger, and golf is the phonetic alphabet word for G. So without the G, it's tier, so it is a row. All right, what you do in spare time, finding charger, it's an obsession. So I think this is a two-word phrase for an obsession. What do you do in your spare time? Sleep? A hobby. Oh, a hobby horse, I suppose, is a bit of an obsession for some people. And a horse, of course. Charger is a type of a horse. Ooh, so that gives us some nice ending letters. With derisive remarks, sent up old king. Sent up certainly seems like a reversal indicator. And it's going to be the old king that is reversed. And it's going to mean with derisive remarks. Pith or something. Or who is the old king if it does begin with an H? Hal or... no, not seeing it. How about end of U-boat? About time. Oh, about time. End of U-boat. U-boat could be a sub, which might go backwards. But I'm not seeing it. Where's the definition? Is it simply about time or end? Oh, end could be a stub. Yes, I think it is. U-boat is a sub and it goes about a T to give us a stub. All right. Now our people who will do the dirty work. I'm thinking TCH. Ones who'll do the dirty work. No, not seeing it. Wager on a character coming from Athens. Okay. Last week, I think we also had some character or letter from Athens, meaning a Greek letter, and beta, bet, is wager on a, and it gives us that character. All right. Piece belonging to collector is Ottoman dish. Piece belonging to collector. Ottoman, of course, could be a piece of furniture, and then a dish could be some food type, but I've really no idea on that. Everyman, who of course is the, well, supposedly the setter of the crossword, so it could be me or I, would get stuck into vacuous words and devices. Ooh. Everyman would get stuck in. Now, is the word stuck important? It's going to be something like adhesive or adheres to vacuous words. Oh, of course, vacuous could mean we empty out words and it's just the W and the S. Yeah, so would get stuck into... Oh, I'm thinking of widgets as devices. So we do have our W and S around the outside. Everyman would is I'd. And, oh, and simply get. I'd get stuck into the WS and you get your widgets. Ooh, well, that gives us a nice... Announced what you may do to a flat singer. Wipe out, wore out. Went out. If you have a lisp, I suppose you might say went out. thinking it has to be broken after flat. And then singer. Singer, of course, could be a sewing machine. Don't think it is, but you never know. All right, let's go back to the start and see. How about our dads come up, popping in to contradict and censure. So I'm thinking if there is an AD or AP, I'm thinking it could come before the R. That seems the most likely. Censure. And what is contradict? Disagree. It could be a P. I'm going to go to an online thesaurus and look up synonyms of censure, because I'm just not thinking of anything at the moment. Yeah, so I think it's simply disapprove. So if you contradict somebody, you might disprove them. It's a little more than contradict. Well, I suppose the facts contradict you, they disprove you. And there is pa coming up inside it. Frustrate. Frustrate could be to deny, but I don't know how that would be. Fly. Oh, dash. Yeah, if you dash somebody's hopes, I suppose. And to fly, to move quickly, could be to dash. All right, now our summer clothing. Blue, a brief. Distraction. Yeah, I'm just wondering if it might be thematically linked to the hobby horse, some other kind of animal, but a brief distraction. There is some. No, maybe I'm thinking, is it a 9 days wonder is a phrase? Summer clothing, I still don't know. Could be short. Oh, it could be short. Short and then S. Short something. Blue, of course, could also mean body. Shorts and then a 4-letter word for blue beginning with T. And it means a brief distraction, a short. Something like a short film, a short. I cannot think of anything. Well, let's try this artist. I'm immediately thinking of an artist beginning with V, which would be Vermeer. But let's see how the wordplay would work. Questionable, offering, welcomed by deviate. Oh, deviate could be veer. I think questionable offering might be as in something you say when you're questioning what the other person has said, but you don't want to come right out and say you disagree or question it. You go, is that it? I can see that maybe the definition. But I feel confident in that. But now our brief distraction, short storm? No. And blue, T something R something. No, not seeing it. How about I think yes, of course, an impresario's job, or if you pretend you put on a show, so puts on Oh no, puts on an act. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Uh, Harry's getting drunk with us. I think it might be an anagram of Harry and us. Hoorays. Yes. Cheers. I mean, it could be hurrahs as well, but with the Y, I think it has to be hoorays. Now chopsticks, of course. Ah, I had to get the H and the P to see it. And you literally pick them up in Chinatown. Now bands appeal, not a sound. No, not seeing it. Supports, well, it's not franchises. Yes, so types of restaurants. There are brasseries. They used to be very popular, I think, in the 70s. I don't know, are they still a popular thing? But supports are bras. They use that a lot in the crossword. A chain is a series, and you get your brasseries. All right, so now our perfect scores. Yes, so I think I even said a score being 20. So it's simply 20, 20. I think if your vision is perfect, they say it's 20/20, but I believe your vision can actually be better than that. But that's close enough. And then literally 2 20s. That's clever. Now, announced what you may do to a flat singer. Oh my goodness, what's going to come between the W and the E? Another E, an I, or an R, or ran something? No, I don't think so. O, don't think so. Singer. Let me pause and think about that. Well, I had to resort to wordplays.com to find phrases that fit that letter pattern. First one I saw was weed out, and I think I have actually some form of trauma from my youth. At school, when they would be putting a choir together, they would audition us. And back in those days, they would just say point blank to your face, "You're a crow, you can't sing," and you would not be allowed in the choir. Of course, nowadays, every child is celebrated whether they have a note in their head or not. But I think it really did damage my self-esteem in some way, being told I'm a crow. Anyway, I got over it, and I now happily sing every chance I get. But then I saw another, because I couldn't really work out how weed out has to do with a flat singer or announced what you may do. But there is something called a wren tit. So I presume it's some bird. Now, is it a wren or is it a tit? I do not know. But that certainly is a homophone of what you may do with an apartment, a flat. All right. How about now our interlaces ornately? Well, I think we have enough letters to try the anagram helper. And the letters we have match interlaces. Let's shuffle. Bring everything to one place. Centralize, of course. All right, central eyes. Yep, there we go. Oh yeah, I may as well go back and let me pause and give this some more thought on what the brief distraction. How about a short story? Could be a brief distraction. Oh, a Tory, of course, is a blue. Yes, I never thought of the political meaning of blue. All right. Now, oh, I can think of a dish. Ah, it's a hidden clue. I should have realized we haven't seen a hidden clue yet. So if you start with the R in collector, you can spell out risotto. Yes, that Ottoman, of course, was there for a reason. So just say, let's try and get the band's appeal. Not a sound. I'm wondering if it has something to do with SOS. It could be an appeal for help. Not a sound. Or could it be sh with three S's and an H? I don't know about that. I think I would spell it with, I don't know how I would spell it now, actually, that I come to think about it. I think I would put maybe two of each. Although I suppose it is more of a hissing sound, so. But then how would the. So I think the definition would be not a sound. Band's appeal. I'll leave it in. We'll find out next week if it's right or not, and I'll put a comment on the video if I see what the actual answer should be. All right, we have this derisive remark sent up old king. With derisive remarks. Could it be a hidden clue in reverse? No, don't think so. REDH, I don't think so. Let's try the devise. Ooh, so that's funny that we're going to have maybe TCHET. Ones who'll do the dirty work. Hatchet men. Ah, yes. They certainly will do the dirty work. So devise is to hatch. Alien was ET and people were men. Oh, how about Shah for an old king? Ah, yeah, the derisive remark is a ha, H-A-H. And it's in the plural, and it is sent up, and we get our old king. All right, well, I've seen harder ones, but I've also seen easier everyman puzzles. But other than 8 down, I'm still not sure about. I think I'm fairly confident in the rest. Anyway, that's the everyman for this week. Thanks as always for watching, and have a great day.